patent microphone and homemade. We tried to don't make so much noise, so I have a Røde microphone and my Sony camera. It's cold. It's autumn. Cold to drive. September. Yes. So here begin to be straight up. So okay, 2 motors and mode 3. It's like full speed. Oh yeah, baby. I can feel the power. Yes, we have 40 kilometers up here. It's not so much power in this bike like my first one. It was much more power, but it was not legal either. My first bike had seat. This bike is more like a Cadillac. Nice. Okay. I don't drive in full speed because but this bike is not aggressive. If you buy this and think you will like a rocket, it's not. One motor and gear 3. One motor, gear 3. this bike, you don't buy it because you want to drive like a maniac. Then you buy the first scooter I had, 5,000 watt, Dualtron Thunder or something. But this is fast enough. And you don't hear these engines. We drive with both motors. And pass 2 of 3. That's enough. We come sun today too. Woohoo! 48 kilometers. Yes. Better. This is homemade system now. I have the microphone inside my jack. So not so far away from my mouth, so okay, we try. If this works okay, then we know. And these bikes go well, very well. It's like the scooter of Cadillac. I begin to feel very safe. But if you will buy your first scooter and you want something aggressive, you don't buy this. Then you buy a Dualtron Thunder or Dualtron Ultra, or like Momos, like I had 5,000 watt, 2,500 watt on each wheel, 60 volt, 30 ampere, then you have 100 kilometer and a beast. This is more than enough for me. 52 volt, 24 ampere, big battery from LG, fantastic brakes. The motor here is 1,200 watt for each motor. It's enough. And now I use microphone, Røde microphone. So I have a cable from my camera to my jack, and there I stand. And this microphone is inside my jack. It's very smooth. We have a Mars fart on like 37 kilometer. I go with both motor. Yes, it's a little bit cold. There. Church. Some cars, of course. Yeah, it's much power. Very good. It's like a dream bike. Fantastic. Extremely fantastic. It's so nice to drive on that you cannot believe it. Yes, much battery left, no problem. Okay. This is some big hills again. So now I have both engines and number 3 full, but I don't use full throttle. I have more power. Okay, but it's good enough. Yes, very nice. It's interesting to see how much battery we use. And camera will still be ready to change battery, I think. Not so much left, little bit. We use this little bit too. A little bit impressed It's very strong. Maybe this be overcooked now, these motors. I don't know. I don't think so, but and how much have we left of battery? But on the way home it's much downhill, so woohoo! It's so fantastic. Riding on I understand that everyone wants a scooter like this because it's fun. So now I have really drive long away. I will turn around. I will turn around down there before the tunnel. Change battery and go home, because we are a long way from home. Okay. Very nice. So I think this is maybe my longest tour. Okay, it's only my 5th tour, but it's so, we are up on the mountain now. It's so much climbing here. To go up here is much climbing. You cannot compare this bike to my first one. The first one was a rocket up everywhere. It was so strong, but you know, it had 5,000 watts. This bike had 2,400. It's under half, and my first bike had 60 volt, this had 52, and 30 ampere, and this had 23.8 correctly. But this bike is smoother to drive on, it's better, because the suspension here, you can go on big jumps and you feel like, it's like a riding, it's very delicate to drive this. So if you want something you drive good and have enough speed, you know, 65 kilometers is more than enough for most of us, then you buy this. If you want something more aggressive and you want to manage 100 kilometers, then you buy my first scooter. It's a little bit of what you want. But this bike is more expensive than my first scooter, because I think electronic is better. You cannot hear this engines, this motor is so silent. It's so fantastic to drive on. Woohoo! I must be a little bit careful because I don't want to hurt myself. It's very quick to do. Yeah, it'd be a good day. The sun is come now. The sun is coming, so it'd be warmer. So now I don't use throttle, I only stand on it. He go himself. This scooter is about 36 kilo. My first one was much more heavy too. But many people ask me why it's so noisy, the first scooter I had, because when I use both motor and much throttle, it feels like it was a motor on gasoline. So many ask me why it's so noisy, and I think it's because of electronic. It's cheap to be so quick and so brutal. It's cheap. Yes, I can say so. I love this bike already. What a tour. Fantastic tour. It's Sunday, so maybe people go to church today. Maybe, baby. Every jump I come on, it's like nothing. Feels so nice to drive over them. It was a long trip, maybe 10 kilometers. It'd be a trip, I think 20 kilometer tour, retour. And the first way like you see, much climbing. Hard for motor and the battery. I think many people don't like this scooter. It got so negative in media because people rent them in the cities and people don't care. People who use them, they put them everywhere. So it's much noise. Many people hate it. It's not good. Some people drive it when they are drunk. I have to see behind me, but it was no one. It's brave. I see it now. So of course we drive with both motors and we use much speed. We climbed much. The old people understand nothing. What is this? It's cold now, a little bit cold. It's September. It's 6th of September. Woohoo! Jump, jump, jump. I must take it easy because it can be cars, traffic. It's car there. There it was. The same drive and stop with church. Woohoo! Okay, downhill. We begin on downhill. Don't have to use throttle anymore now for some kilometers. Very good brake. I bought hydraulic. It's if you first buy a scooter like this, you should use the extra money and buy these brakes. It's so worth it. It's two different bikes, mechanic or hydraulic. It's very strange because it's so little everything. You stand on a piece of metal and hold in something very tiny. That's strange. Tiny metal with a hell of a throttle, a hell of power. I use helmet, but my helmet is for bicycle and skateboard, so it's not so good. But you see, it is what it is. I have more protection for my knee, for my elbow. I have even for my back. I bought some things, motorcycle things. This is motorcycle too. Okay, it's moped maybe, light motorcycle. But anyway, if you fall off in 65 kilometers, then you hurt yourself like a maniac. So wear protection. I talk about it, and I have only a helmet, but I should begin to use it. We go down in 38 kilometers here. We don't use throttle because we don't need it. We are heavy. It's hard for brakes. People think, oh my God, this is crazy. But it's not so crazy when you begin to do it. Because you learn to use it. Even on my first tour, I begin to feel like, oh, I can handle it. No problem. My last bike, my first scooter, it was a seat and I never stand on it. So it's first time I stand on a scooter like this, on this scooter. And I drive a hell of many miles with my first one. Every tour was 30, 40 kilometers, and I sit every time because I feel it was like more safe to sit. But now, when I begin to be used to it, it's cool to stand, and it's very comfortable. No problem. I was afraid first time, afraid of something. So now we go home. Every people say, there's this crazy electric guy on bike and now on scooter. Yeah. It was a very nice tour.